How to make throwing knives. What you will need: 1 old skill saw blade, pen or marker, and cut out some paper knife shapes. You will also need a grinder, C-clamps, safety wear, pliers, electric drill and screws, vice grip, a board to screw your blade to, and a table grinder. And some sort of prying tool. I used a blade screwdriver. Also spray paint if you want colored knives. These are the 3 sizes I will use for this project. The 4th size was too big. The smaller 2 sizes don't throw very well, so they're more for practice. First, you trace around the shapes that you want to cut out. Your skill saw blade should look something like this now. Try to space the drawings a little less closely than I did. When cutting it out, it makes it a lot easier. Next, you cut the shapes with the grinder. You can also use a metal bandsaw. Use the screws to hold down the skill saw blade so it doesn't move around while you're working on it. And your blade should look something like this now. This is what the board looks like after holding the saw blade, so don't use a board you want to keep. After that, use the C-clamps to hold the knives while you cut off extra bits. Before removing extra bits compared to after removing extra bits. Once you have cut off the extra bits, use the table grinder to finish up your knife. Grind the steel down to the size and shape that you want. Comparison between before and after table grinding. The last thing you need to do to make it usable is to sharpen it. You can use a table grinder, or you can use a sharpening tool if you have one. All I sharpen was the tip, but you can sharpen as much of it as you want. Here's what they look like now. Here's me trying to stick the 4 big knives into the target. Attempt 1. Attempt 2. Attempt 6. Attempt 12. Attempt 14. If you want, you can spray paint your knives, and they look rather nice afterwards. I didn't spray paint the little ones because they don't throw very well. One thing I did not account for while making these knives was the weight. The knives need to be heavy enough to stick in the target when you throw them. So I've got 4 throwing knives now. If you want to have even more fun, you can throw all of the throwing knives at the same time, or any number that you want. As you can probably see in these videos, in the last few, the spray paint does wear off, and it won't last very long since they are throwing knives. They just look really nice at the time. So last tips for this video. If you're going to make this type of throwing knife, use a bigger skill saw blade than I did. These throwing knives worked pretty good, but they weren't quite big enough for what I wanted. And here's a cat photo to keep you entertained while I keep talking. The way that I got my throwing knife paper cutout pieces is I went onto Google and I searched up throwing knife shapes. And I took my favorite picture and I copied it and stuck it on a Word document and then printed off the Word document. And then cut out that size of the knives that I wanted. So if you made it this far in the video and didn't get scared off by my rambling, please like and subscribe. Thank you.